exhausted. I don't know how you guys feel, and it's only day one. So, I'm Carrie Keegan, host of Big Morning Buzz Live on VH1, and it is my absolute pleasure to be hosting Comedy Legends TV Land. Welcome, you guys. I think we're going to call this the Super Fun Time panel, too. Is that okay? So whenever you guys tweet about it or report about it, that's what it's going to be called, the Super Fun Time Comedy TV Land panel. All right, so I think you guys want to probably meet our panelists. Our first panelist, I think probably needs absolutely no introduction. Pretty much, he's a cultural juggernaut and part of the reason why we're standing right here at Comic-Con today. He's been a star of stage, screen, and television for over 50 years. He's dabbled in everything from comedy to music to charity and shows no sign of stopping, thank God. While his most iconic role may be that of Captain James Tiberius Kirk. Oh, you heard of him? He has since proven that there is absolutely nothing he cannot do. Please welcome, Captain. He's going to do a lot of that here today. Please welcome the amazing Roseanne Barr.
Very much for your applause and for remembering old people such as ourselves, right? Isn't it great that like people under 40 know who we are? Isn't that amazing?
Actually, you're applauding our bravery for being here.
Well, I feel that this is just going to be one shack-tastic experience. It's a thrill to be with you.
I expect you to do excerpts from your Tropicana one-man thing, stand-up. That's fun.
Thank you.
I think we can look forward to
Oh,
it.
you mean you want me to tell jokes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
No?
Does anybody have any weed?
There's no dearth of weed here. Okay.
Isn't it nice that TV Land invited us and is letting us...
And TV Land and the new shows on TV Land, new shows.
Yeah, hot in Baltimore. What is it called? Hot in Cleveland. I think it's so funny.
Well, Hot in Cleveland did a live opening. That was their draw for the opening of this season. They did it live, so all the actors realized there's however many millions of people watch the show. We're watching it live. You couldn't make a mistake. Or you could make a mistake, but then you'd be the laughing stock for the rest of the year.
Did everybody laugh? Or, I mean...
No, everybody made mistakes, and then they laughed.
That's fun.
Yeah.
You've got good lines on that show.
Yeah.
People really can deliver a good joke on that show.
And they write a good joke.
Yeah.
Hey, we have some more people we want to bring to this panel if you guys are done. I'm just kidding, I don't have to be here. This is kind of great.
That's true. Press them up against me, that's all.
Are you going to ask us questions or
I
anything?
told you it was going to be super fun time.
You know, it says here, please be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's time they learn anyway.
All right, our next panelist. Sorry. Our next panelist, you're going to recognize this guy. He's an incredibly funny actor who's best known for the unforgettable anti-poster boy for the Postal Service, Newman. And is the man who saw all the way up Sharon Stone's skirt for the very first, before anybody else did. Do you guys remember that? Did you see the look on his face? Classic. He's a thief by trade, because if you've seen any of his work in films, from JFK to Jurassic Park, you know nobody knows how to steal a scene like he does. Currently, he's starring in the hit show The X's on TV Land. Please welcome the wonderful Mr. Wayne Knight.
Here I am with a TV legend, a comedy legend, and a guy pimping his show. How did I get here? I don't know, but I'll take it.
I don't know what we're supposed to say.
I don't know, we're supposed to get into a conversation now about our mutual admiration.
Oh, we did that.
All right, I'm done. For the first 20 minutes, I'm standing over there.
Well, we admire you too. We think you're a great humanitarian as well as a fantastic comedic actor of rare gift to deliver quite a line with some good timing. And such.
I love you. I always have.
All right, we're going to start this conversation ladies first, and I believe that you,
I guess that would be
that would be you.
I don't know about Wayne.
I don't think lady is a good word for me, actually.
So Roseanne,
Yeah,
the show Roseanne,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but on TV Land, this is reruns we're talking about. Roseanne averages 16 million people watching a month.
Wow, that's great. That's
What did you
fantastic.
have on Twitter?
Yes, I know. People have seen me a lifetime.
That's cool.
It's amazing, right? That just, I mean, it goes to show you how many people still are in love with that show.
Well, you know, we had great actors on there, and it was a great group effort. And we had, you know, the best writers and you know, the best production company and all the rest of the very best, and it was fun.
But you were running the show. I mean, you created that show. That this was your baby.
Yeah, it was my baby. It's based on my life and all that stuff. You know, it was hard to share it with imbeciles and stuff. But then I had a spiritual awakening, and I just realized that, you know, everyone is on their own journey, and you know, that's no reason to hate or persecute them. Instead, yeah, I just tried to tolerate people more. And I did learn to be a more tolerant person, thanks to, you know,
Pharmaceutical.
yeah, pharmaceutical drugs, weed, and a lot of alcohol. No, meditation, actually. Yeah, and all the other things.
Was it
I
complicated?
feel like I'm at an AA meeting or something. I don't know. All
We
right,
don't see this many people in an AA meeting.
that's true.
Which ones are you going to?
At the Coliseum? I don't know. It's like, hello, hi,
I just started saying a lot of stuff when I'm nervous, so I'm just going to be quiet now.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It is fair to say that Roseanne definitely paved the way for female comics.
I don't think that's true. But, you know.
So it's unfair to say.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair to say that. Especially like looking at Carol Burnett and women who paved the way for me. I mean, you know, there were a lot of great women in Lucille Ball. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Imogene Coca, you know, Lily Tomlin, and all the people I'm laughing. I saw so many great women in my childhood on TV doing comedy. So I think that they paved the way for me. I might have kicked the doors in a little bit on some issues though, but, you know.
But they don't have
people
a show.
following
They don't have
me
a
now.
show on the air, is that?
That's true. But people like other comics, you know, well, that's true if we're talking about TV shows. Well, I can't even figure how to turn my TV on because I've had this huge remote and I can't figure out what all the buttons are for. So,
That's your husband. That huge remote. Honey, am I changing the station, dear?
I should ask him to do that.
So we
I think
actually,
there's great people, great women in television right now.
and I think your name is on that list, absolutely.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's still on the air. You know, it's so cool because here it is still on the air. It went on the air in 1998 and it's never been off the air since 1998. Sometimes 5 or 6 times a day in like 40 or 50 countries or something. That's pretty amazing.
There was something really special about your show as well, and that was that you were able to tackle a lot of issues that other shows would never touch.
Like what?
Abortion,
Abortion,
gay marriage.
gay marriage.
Death and taxes.
Obviously never watched the show, but nonetheless. Abortion, well, I had no idea.
Yeah, we did. We did a lot of good things. You know, they kind of let me do what I wanted, and that was really cool because,
They were
you
frightened.
know, yeah, yeah, they probably were. But they let me do what I wanted, and they
They
were
were
really
scared of you,
supportive.
Roseanne.
Well, they should have been scared of me. But, you know, after they were scared, they were really supportive.
Like, okay, dear, you do whatever you want.
Well, I think that because it was #1, they kind of trusted
That'll-
not just me, but my staff and the people I picked that worked.
Yeah, being #1 has a little muscle to it.
It does, and you know, we'd say, well, we'd gather and say, what should we do a show on? Everybody would, you know, throw up ideas, and we'd say, well, if we were really brave or we really wanted to get in trouble, we'd do a show on, and then we'd say, yeah, let's do it and see if we can do it right for television, for primetime family hour. That was really the art
So
of it.
did the cast contribute? I mean, did you?
Oh, yeah, everybody contributed, definitely. The people, you know, the crew, the wardrobe people, the makeup people, anybody who had a good joke, a good idea, we loved it. And we just, it was, you know, an absorbing atmosphere.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's unusual.
But anyway.
It's cool.
I think we have.
Did he really get, was it all there when he was kissing you? Was it?
Here's how we kiss, because I'm a germaphobe. So here's how we kiss.
Oh, see. Did you have to work on memory then? So press lips together, is that your germaphobe?
Hide your lips. Yeah, because your lips is what, that's one location where a lot of germs can enter.
I'll tell you the truth.
If you're lucky.
Were there any topics on that show or any of your shows that you guys thought, okay, you know what, we can't even touch that, we can't even tackle that, we can't even go there?
Yeah, yeah, there were some. And,
Name one.
well, it was really hard to convince them to allow any kind of race issue.
Race.
And racial, you know, differences in thought or something. That was really, everybody was really afraid of that. We always tried to include it, and but that one was a touchy, scary one. And but I think we did a good job on it.
We still don't discuss race on television.
Well, that's why I was really proud of it, because we just made it really, really personal to that family. And I think that that's one great thing in television is the more personal you make something, the more universal it actually is. So that's kind of a, you know, method to use when you're writing.
Well, there was that the show with.
Mama's Family?
No, I'm thinking of a really early show. The actor who was always bleeding about.
All in the Family, you mean, or?
All in the Family.
Yeah.
And they talked about race a lot.
Yeah, they did.
Did we go backwards?
No, he was just a racist. It's different.
Yeah.
And we're not even sure about the depiction of him, as a funny racist, if that was a service or not. We don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just something that.
Well, it did open up the topic to conversation and, for newspaper articles to be written, for people to, take the discussion to their home. I think it raised consciousness. I do. I know when I watched the All in the Family, which, I consider that and the Honeymooners to be the
Classic, great.
parents of the Roseanne thing.
I wasn't too crazy about the Honeymooners. But
Are you kidding?
No. No, I don't get around on subjects like that.
Are you kidding?
No, I think it was brutal. I think he was always slamming his fist down on the, it was just overpowering to me.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's get this straight. So you felt like Alice in a previous life? What is the problem with him? It was a great show.
He just screamed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
But I think that one of the things that the Honeymooners had, that Roseanne had, that is an authentic voice of a socioeconomic group that wasn't talked about on
That's the
television.
bullshit if I ever heard of
No,
it.
I mean, they were rich, loving, warm, touchy-feely people on
Really?
television. And it was nice to see people who got upset.
Okay.
Yeah, got upset. Yeah, passionate people.
But, so why couldn't you tackle a racial issue?
Well, we did. I wish we had been able to do it more, and now I wish that I would have done a 10th year of the Roseanne Show, which I kind of blew that. But I thought that was a great subject for our country, and that there was a way to do it that's good, that brings people together instead of dividing them and stuff. And we did a few. I think we did well, but that was a hard one to sell, was the point.
Still the kind of third rail of.
Well, I think it's even more sensitive now, don't you?
Yeah, I do now. And Class, of course, is the great no-no
What is it?
for television. Class, to discuss class at all in the United States is like breaking MK Ultra mind control programming, and we're all kind of robotized into just accepting the fact that we don't see what class is. And
Well, now
Yeah.
that's getting a little paranoid.
maybe it's all the pop.
It's very
It could very well be.
It's difficult to discuss class when you're being sponsored by consumerism. It makes it rather difficult.
Well, that was the fun part to me,
Yeah.
because I was always a socialist, and my father's one, and my grandfather's one, and all the way over from, the last time they had to overthrow a bunch of despots, and came to the home of the free and the land of the brave, United States of America. And, people just, they're like, I just noticed, because I notice things, I'm a comic and a writer, so I notice things. I throw out subjects to get to see the response, and people they just have not been told about how things properly work, and but I mean, we're finding out now. We're all finding out, how things work, right?
I think that's exaggerated.
Okay.
I think that incidents take place and people mouth off, and we don't know for sure. We don't know exactly how much, and we're not all being monitored. And
Yeah.
it happens. It's in our consciousness now, but that'll go away in a week, and then we'll.
You mean you don't think that people have chips implanted in their head by the government when they started putting fluoride in the water and getting mercury fillings in their teeth? And
Didn't we talk about alien
Alien
love?
sex?
do you guys think the aliens are going to invade? Let me just cut right to the chase. Everybody thinks that now. See, it's a whole new world.
We're in
of
Comic-Con,
paranoia.
of course everybody.
That's right.
What was that about?
I thought we were at the Republican National Convention. I'm sorry.
What was that about alien love?
What?
Alien love. There was.
What about alien love?
Can I ask him a question?
Please.
Hey, I got some
Hey,
things.
you, yeah,
Hey, Shaft.
yeah. Barb, hey, Barb.
What would, your portrayal of, I mean, I love everything you do, and you're so funny on the roast. You can tell a joke like nobody's business. You're a stand-up comic, as well as a great actor. But when I used to watch you
Am I
on
doing how much I love you?
when I used to watch you on, you know, the show, Star Trek and everything, I always wanted to ask you, what's in your head when you're like portraying that guy that's like the leader of this whole space thing?
Free world.
Yeah.
The thing that I always thought was, what's my next line? 10 pages a day. That
It was
was it.
such a ponderous. I
Ponderous.
mean, it was like Caesar-like in its vision and scope, because like you'd look around and you were like, he's surveying the cosmos itself to figure out how
More
the
than
engines
one,
are
more than
going
one cosmos. There were many cosmos.
Many cosmos.
Many universes melding and joining and conjoining. 11 of them, 11 universes, all being manipulated by we don't know who.
Very tight velour.
Black with little lights blinking. I wonder where that blinking light comes from.
Boy, you guys really planted a seed in a whole generation or two for people to have bigger thoughts and, you know.
That's true.
Well, I think that you really opened to people's minds to things like, what is KISS? What
is KISS?
Yes.
Well, we just saw one right there. That's our kiss for you.
That is Captain Kirk around the cosmos, all 11 cosmoses, seeking out men and women to kiss.
That's right. And spewing my seed.
Yes.
In one
Well,
universe.
the seed says,
Your star seed.
Oh, those were the good old days.
You didn't do that on T.J. Hooker? None of that happened on T.J. Hooker?
I was too busy on the hood of a car. Put somebody between me and the hood of a car, there's no telling what will happen.
You weren't really driving a car, were you, in one of those?
No,
studio
you never,
cars?
obviously never saw the show. I was jumping on the hood of a car trying to stop the driver. That was my thing. And in Long Beach, a cop tied up a bad guy and went to do something, take a pee or something or other. The bad guy got up and got in the cop's car. Now he's driving off the cop's car. The cop in Long Beach runs alongside the car, leaps on top of the car, stops the bad guy, and later the headline is the cop says, "I did a hooker."
All right, we need to play some clips here. You guys want to see some clips? Are they ready yet? Which one is ready?
That's pretty funny. Where's that from?
It's from a show called The X's, which is on TV Land as we speak. It's on Wednesday nights following Harvard Cleveland at 10:30 on the East Coast and West Coast, and in some places it's on at other times. You can watch it all night long, or on the web, or on your watch, or just think about it real hard.
So we have another piece of footage we want to show. I think everybody can agree that comedy is probably the most fun thing on the planet to watch. It's amazing, but it is definitely not easy. Would you guys agree with that?
It's not hard. Somebody writes a nice joke.
It's easy if you love it.
So how do you take, I'm sure you guys have come across this, how do you take a complete blunder and turn it into something magical?
It never happens.
You rewind it and do it again. Unless it's on stage, and then you get fired.
And that can be funny, too.
Yes.
No,
It's not something you can plan.
right, a blunder is a blunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things a lot of people don't understand is that What's difficult about the comedy is the crafting of it until you get to do it. Once you're doing it, it's not that hard. But it's getting there that's really hard. The writer's room is hard. Coming and breaking a story is really hard. And then polishing it and getting it so that, within a week's time, you're able to put it on screen.
And every word is got to be honed and scrutinized, exactly.
And memorized. You're right. That is hard, the memory thing.
Do you guys prefer doing, a lot of sitcoms now, especially the ones at TV Land, they're all in front of a live studio audience?
Yeah.
No, they're not really live that way.
Huh?
They're like you people. They're but a little more excited. They're lathered up. There's somebody there hosing them down, throwing candy at them, talking to them, poking them, getting them all juiced. And then you come out and you say something, and they go, ah! And then you have to do it again 5 times. They go, ah! The same exact way. They're better at it than we are.
That's right.
Wayne, would you do Juiced again? Would you do Juiced again? Juiced.
Juiced.
No. It was simple pelvic thrusts.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I know it's dangerous for me to do that again, so I won't. I'm so sorry.
So you guys have all played you guys are all known for incredibly iconic roles. Do you guys ever have do you love it now? Or is it something that you have to struggle with all the time to get away from being called Captain Kirk or Roseanne?
It's good. I've never called Roseanne.
What? I don't get what you said.
I guess this one's more for the boys.
Well, for my part, after something goes off the air 20 years ago or whatever, and then you're still kind of identified, and then Bill much more than me in that sense, but he goes on to do 7,000 other gigs, so it just kind of blends somewhat. Me, people just see me and they go, do it,
Oh, I get that. Yeah, I think everybody thinks I'm Roseanne Connor. Nobody thinks I'm Roseanne Barr. And they're like pissed off when they figure it out.
I've got a new album coming out. Ponder the Mystery is the new album.
Is that real? Is that true?
It's true. It's going to be sensational. TV-Land. But there's a new album coming out.
And are you like singing and all that?
All that kind of stuff. Indeed.
I love how you do that.
Thanks.
I have several of your albums.
Are we taking requests today?
Dance puppet.
It's like telling a joke. I'll tell you what. First, Roseanne tells a joke.
Okay, I'll tell my favorite joke. I do have one favorite joke. I don't know why, but it still cracks me up after all these years. But here it goes. This guy was telling another guy he was camping out in the forest or what have you. And so he's telling the guy, he goes, oh, it was awful. I was getting chased by this bear, This bear was all over me. I swam across the creek. It swam across the creek. I ran. I climbed up a tree. The bear was behind me. And, I felt his breath on my neck. And, oh, I shit my pants. And so the other guy goes, well, duh, if a bear was on me like that, I would have shit my pants too. And he goes, oh no, not back then, just now when I went, oh.
Please be aware that many members of your audience may be
And now, the musical stylings.
My favorite song, one line. Ready? Oh, say, can you see private dogs early on?
Are you trying to impersonate me?
That was the idea, but nobody got it except Wayne.
Oh, we got it. We got it. But,
Wait, you got any soft shoe you want to do?
I'll do what I do.
I thought you were going to sing like,
Which is this. I don't do anything. That's how you get to be on a dais with legends. You just show up. Basically, I've been riding the bus of very nice things for a long time.
You know, I'm so glad you brought up the national anthem because, you know, this is the city that I performed it in San Francisco. No, I mean San Diego. And, you know, here it is 20 years after, I guess. No, I did it in 1991.
Really?
So how many years ago was that? 14 years or something? 13? How many years? I can't. I'm old. What? 12 years.
22 years.
22 years. And you know, I haven't been back here since then. Yeah. So I want to just say to people who live here, you know, I had a real good time this time. And I sure appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, you guys, we have to
Can we
take...
make some jokes? A sanitary emergency.
You know, I
Can you
just
kiss
have,
Wayne now? Because we have gay marriage is legal now. Can we make that work? I said, can you kiss Wayne now too? Because gay marriage is legal now. Yeah, do Wayne.
I don't do it.
Sorry, buddy, I tried.
What would happen after that?
oh, let's take a picture for Twitter, wait. It's got a purse, it's got my purse. I left my iPhone on.
Well, some.